Hey, what's going on everyone? Josh Quinones here. So I had the opportunity yesterday at the time of making this video to spend some time with the brand new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. And in this video, I just kind of want to share my quick thoughts on the device, kind of like a first impressions. Don't worry. I will have, a full official unboxing and impressions video when I get my official device in hand, because, there's nothing like, having your own device and really, giving your impressions on that device. But I still want to share some quick thoughts, on my experience with the phone, with the little bit of time that I had with it yesterday at the Samsung Experience Store. And I gotta say, right off the bat, when I first looked at the phone, I gotta be honest, it almost looked like I was, it almost felt like I was looking at the Galaxy Z Fold 3. I mean, they look very identical, especially when it comes to the back of the phone. The whole camera setup is exactly the same, pretty much. It is still a beautiful looking device, do not get me wrong. I've never thought the Galaxy Z Fold 3 looked ugly or anything like that. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 was an absolutely beautiful device, especially with the three colors that they have to offer. You got that beige color, which is, oh my God, it is beautiful. It kind of has me thinking like, dang, I should have maybe gotten that beige color. It's really nice in the back, and then around the edges it's got a nice gold color. I did a full video, showing the color options and everything like that. For myself, I did pre-order the gray green color, which is actually really nice as well. I'm not putting anything against that. I'm kind of in between, back and forth, like should I switch my order to the beige one, because that looked really nice. But I think I'm gonna be happy with the gray green, because that one looked great as well. And then you can never go wrong with the Phantom Black. I mean, that's a sexy looking color. But where one of the main differences is, even though it does look like the Galaxy Z Fold 3 in person, I will say the one thing that I did notice is when looking at that front display is that the front display is a bit wider now compared to the Z Fold 3, which is something I am so glad that Samsung did, because now it's going to make it a lot easier to use that front display for whatever you need to use it for. And I know there's a lot of people out there with big hands, and it was just so hard to text on that front display, especially even for me. I don't have the biggest hands, but I got fat thumbs, and it did make it a little bit difficult to text on that front display. A lot of times I would just use the swipe to text just to get away with it. I try to make the best out of it. But now that we are going to have that bigger display in front, it's just going to make it so much easier to be able to text regularly or do anything else that you need to do on that front display, almost like using a regular non-foldable device. So really glad that Samsung brought that wider display to that outside display of the Z Fold 4. But I mean, aside from being wider, it is a beautiful looking display. I mean, I say this in all my videos about Samsung devices pretty much. You cannot go wrong with a Samsung display. I mean, they're the best in the game when it comes to displays, which is why a lot of these other phone companies use Samsung displays on their phone. And that takes me to the inside display of the Z Fold 4. Again, looking just like the Galaxy Z Fold 3, you still got that under display camera, but it's still a beautiful looking display. Big all screen experience, which I'm kind of glad that they still went with that under display camera, because you don't have that. But not that it really bothered me, but it does add to the experience of using that inner display. It hides that selfie camera that they have on the inside. And I'll get to camera quality in a little bit, but when it comes to that inside display, yes, it is a beautiful display, super smooth experience, just based off of the little usage that I had with the phone. Whether it was the inside display or the outside display, it was a smooth experience, whether I was just scrolling from home screen to home screen, in and out of the app drawer, through the settings, things like that. Now, I will say that the crease for that inside display is still there. Samsung did not get rid of that inside crease, which I kind of was hoping that they would have tried a little bit harder to get rid of it a little bit more, but it pretty much looks the same as the Z Fold 3. It's there. I mean, you can see it if you really look at it, but I mean, for me personally, it's not really a big deal, because when you're just looking at the phone straight on and just using it and not really thinking about it, I mean, you don't even really notice that it's there, unless you're, really trying to look for the crease or holding it at an angle, or, in a certain amount of lighting, something like that, then yeah, you will notice the crease. But for the most part, for me, like I said, it's not really a big deal. But I do hope that next time Samsung will try a little bit harder to get rid of that crease, because it's been there since the first Fold device. Now, when it comes to the cameras on the Z Fold 4, yes, I did get to test these out a little bit. I actually put out a quick 4K video test with the Z Fold 4, so make sure you go check out that video if you have not yet. I was testing out 4K 30 frames per second with all three main lenses, with the selfie lens on the outside display and also the lens on the inside display. And when it comes to that camera on the inside display, yeah, it's not going to be the best quality. I'll say that, but it is nice to be able to record, you know, on a bigger inside display because you can just see yourself more. But when it comes to recording video on those 3 main lenses in the back, I gotta say, video quality was actually pretty good in my opinion, and it has definitely improved coming from, you know, the Z Fold 3. Yeah, it's not, you know, S22 Ultra level or anything like that, but I mean, quality has gotten better coming from the Z Fold 3. So I am going to be doing a lot more tests once I do get my official device in hand to really test out video quality when it comes to cameras on that device. Even with the front facing camera, I think quality was actually pretty good. It was decent, but like I said, that was just a quick 4K video test that I did. I need to test out, you know, bad lighting, good lighting, you know, mediocre lighting. So I will be doing a fuller test, I should say, when it comes to the cameras. But just for first impressions, they were actually pretty good. And then when it came to photos, I gotta say photos were improved as well, coming from, you know, from the Z Fold 3 to the Z Fold 4. Pictures have definitely improved, and I'll throw up a couple of shots right here that I took while I was at the Samsung Experience store, you know, testing out these cameras. So expect more videos on that when it comes to the camera, when it comes to taking pictures and videos. I cannot wait to really put these cameras to the test. Now, of course, I can't really talk about, you know, battery life or anything like that until I get my official device in hand. You already know how I do it. After I use the device for a bit, I will go out and do a full all-day battery drain test where, you know, I basically use the phone heavily throughout a full day, you know, a real full day usage based off of my own usage to see just how good the battery is, if it can actually last an entire day without me having to worry about, you know, throwing it on a charger, you know, in the middle of the day or anything like that, just to make it into the end of the day. So really curious to see how good or bad battery life is going to be on the Z Fold 4. Now, I'm not here to go over any specs or anything like that. If you want to do that, I'm sure there's tons of other videos on YouTube talking about specs when it comes to this phone, or you can just simply Google it yourself. This was simply just to share my first impressions on this device, you know, with a little bit of time that I had with it. And honestly, I actually liked it. Just based off of my first impressions with this device, I actually like it, and I'm excited to, you know, receive my own personal device pretty soon, hopefully, and start using it and start putting it to work. Because yeah, I know foldable devices have been out, you know, this is the 4th one now that Samsung has put out, but I mean, when you look at these foldable devices, honestly, at least to me, they still seem like there's something that it's something futuristic, because, you know, these foldable devices aren't something that you see every day when, you know, you're out in public, you know, amongst a bunch of people. Everybody's just using regular, you know, slab devices, you know, just one screen devices. It's very rare that you will turn to your left or turn to your right and see someone open up a device to use that bigger display. So in my opinion, it's still something that's futuristic, and I'm sure there's still a lot of work that can be done with these devices, but still something fun to use, something very cool to use. I'm still excited to receive mine very soon. I'm gonna have tons of video coming on that on both the Z Fold 4 and the Z Flip 4 as well. So if you are not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of those future videos. Now, if you like this video right here, just me sharing my, you know, my first overall thoughts with the Galaxy Z Fold 4, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up to let me know that you liked it and let everybody else know that you liked it. So YouTube will push it out a little bit more, and hopefully this video will kind of help you guys out in whether or not you should, you know, pre-order the device for yourself or not, or if you're watching this later on, you know, buy it for yourself or not, you know, after pre-orders. And I'll have links down in the description below in case you do want to pre-order it for yourself. Samsung is having some crazy deals right now, especially when it comes to trade-ins. I mean, you're getting $1,000 for the Galaxy S22 Ultra if you want to trade that in for the Z Fold 4. So you're getting a lot of goodies as well with the pre-order. So make sure you check out those links down in the description below. But this has been my first impressions with the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Beautiful looking device, no matter which color you get. I also forgot to mention that it does come with a pre-installed screen protector on that inside display as well, to give you a little bit more of protection for that inside display. But if you are picking one up for yourself, or if you have already pre-ordered it, let me know down in the comment sections below, and let me know which color you are interested in getting when it comes to this device. But again, thanks for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.